Hey, Mike McGroarty from mikesbackyardnursery.com. I want to show you real quick. These are cuttings. This whole bed are cuttings that we rooted earlier this summer. We started sticking cuttings probably the first week of June. Down there's some gold flame spirea. We've already taken a third of those out and potted them. I don't know what else we got in here. Gold mound spirea, we took those out and potted them. Burning bush, we took those out and potted them. They're right behind me over here in court. And there's some variegated whitegelia, bridal wreath spirea. This is Tango whitegelia, Java red whitegelia. Now, right in the middle here, I had red prince whitegelia, which I have right here in my hand. And I want to pot some of those because we're getting kind of low on them. But I wanted to separate them because in the spring, when they don't have any leaves, the Java red, the red prince, or the Java red, the red prince, and the Tango are going to look exactly the same. So, without leaves, I can tell the difference between a whitegelia and a spirea. So that's easy to separate. But these were going to run together, and it would have been kind of a mess. So what I did is, what I do in the sand is I take a shovel like this, and I just put it right along the board, and then I just go right underneath the cuttings and jack them up. I wish I'd have started this video before, but I didn't think to do that. And I don't want to disturb these any more than I already have, because they're going to stay here for the winter. Everything else is going to stay here for the winter. But I want to pot some of these red prints, so I pulled them all out of here. Katie will come over and she's going to show you the ones that I pulled out. These are the ones that I pull out. So what I do is I pull them out and I bunch them up in my hand, and then I take my pruning shears and I just cut the roots off the bottom, and then I'll cut the tops a little bit if they need it. And now what I do with them is I take them, I'm going to take them back over here and heel them back into sand. So I should point out that what's today, about the 18th or so?
Yep.
September 18th. So we stuck these right around early June, and you can see the root system that they developed over the summer. So now what I do is I do this a lot, is I pull them out, I put them in bunches like this. That way I can get them all separated, I get the roots all lined up, and then I simply dig a hole in the sand, stick them in there, and then when we need them, they've already been disturbed. So we're probably going to pot some of these in the next few days. So we'll just pull a bundle out and pot them. And if one of these is really tiny, we'll kind of put the little ones back in a bundle and just stick them right back here in the sand. So I often tell people that I pull my cuttings, I heel them in. Now, if it were during the growing season, I would actually heel them where I have mist running. So right now, these three misters are still operating because these are some Annabelle hydrangea that I just stuck about 3 weeks ago. There we go, the mist just came on. That'll stay on for 10 seconds, just long enough to get my pant legs wet. So I don't think these are rooted yet, but let's pull a couple and see what they look like. Yeah, you know what? Actually, this one is starting to root, so you'll see some little tiny roots. It's a little bit late in the season, so they're not going to root quickly. But, oh, look at there. So, nice little root ball on that one. Now these, I'm just going to leave right here till spring, and then we'll pot them up in the spring. But I got the mist running on them because those had no roots on them. But when I pull cuttings, like in the growing season, I'll put them down here where they get misted. That way, because pulling them out disturbs the roots a little bit, and they need to be hardened off. So I'll put them here where they get misted. Now this section, we water it. During the summer, we'll water it at least twice a day. This time of year, once a day. So these things will get water. Anyway, that's kind of how I remove the cuttings from the sand. If you have questions, hopefully I'll remember to put a link below the video to the page on my website, mikesbackyardnursery.com. I'll apologize in advance. I don't go to YouTube and answer questions. I answer questions every day on Mike's backyardnursery.com, JapaneseMapleLovers.com, and backyardgrowers.com for our members. So I can't be everywhere, you know. Time is, I don't know. Anyway, that's my lame excuse for not answering your questions on YouTube. So, all right, Mike McGroarty from Mike'sBackyardNursery.com.